After both halls were carved and the name given, it was time for the creation of the iako, which are the canoe booms that bridge and tie the twin halls together. Because of the importance of the iako, the master carvers studied different ways to create them. During a moment that both carvers were questioning the best way to do it, Mr. Wright Bowman Sr., the patriarch of Hawaiian canoe builders, visited the site.
No, we didn't invite him. Tuione and I were searching for a method in bending the pine pieces. Okay, they were 3/8 inches thick. All these individual planks needed to be glued together and bent into a very strange configuration.
When you're in the ocean there, you know how crazy those waves are. One will be pointed up this way, the other one pointed down there, and there's a wicked strain on all of them. So they have to be strong. If one breaks, the other one will give way too.
When we got to the point to eliminate the iako for the canoe, we were not very sure of what we were going to do.
So I went on the internet for several days and I was searching for ideas in how to create a jig that would be able to hold these pieces together. And I had somewhat of an idea of how to do it, but I knew that we were toying with monies that we couldn't experiment with. You know, we wanted to see if something could be done, but we didn't want to experiment. We knew that the first try had to be the last try. The first try had to work. And so Tuione and I, in the mornings, we'd have a pule on our own. And the day that Mr. Bowman showed up was very timely.
When I got there, they said, "Oh, you folks had problem trying to make the iakos, which is a very important part of the ship." So then I told them how, and then I showed them how to do it.
It was a glorious morning because we were in need at that time of knowledge, and Mr. Bowman just opened his heart, his doors.
In fact, we went over to his house, had a visit with him, and he was explaining to us how the thing worked. And
he worked for several days trying to make a model of a jig that we should use to try and create those iako.
He gave us some of his clamps, and so we came in and did what he told us to do, and it works.
And without his help, I'm sure we could have done it, but not in the strict time restraints that we needed to have it done in.
And they figured, oh, it's going to take them at least a month. I think they made it in less than a week. Because they did exactly like I told you, it has to be just so. And if you don't make that move, it's going to go off.
Mr. Bowman is 94 years old. He is very strong, healthy, and happy. His secret?
A lot of people have asked me that. I say, well, I really don't know. I just tell them now. Well, with me, it's always let the other guy do the worrying. Don't worry, let the other guy do the worrying. So far it's worked with me.
After the first two iako were created, it was the time to unite the two separate halls as one sacred entity.
Na iwi kua mo o kia wa akaulua I hokai. A makia lei, makahui pu ana o kia lei, lilo lao I hokai, maki I muaku. Nauno I kia I, kaupale aku I na mea mei ka I ole. Nauno I hopo mei ka I kia wa, kono mau ala hele apau.
And the union between both of these halls, with the spirit of our kupuna and our ancestors guiding it along. We look forward to many wonderful future journeys on this wa'akaulua.
I guess the difference between the wa'a
to us as Native Hawaiians and say, you know, a sailboat or any other kind of craft. From the time the tree is felled, we always reverence the tree, the wood, the log as an entity.
This ceremony we did today is uniting the kane with the wahine. And this union brings together oneness, lokahi, brings together a connection that cannot be separated now. Now the two is now become one.
That in Hawaiian tradition, there's always a duality in all things. Po and ao, which are light and dark, day and night, male and female. So the wa'akaulua actually consists of a male canoe and a female canoe, which are joined with a pola or a deck on top.
So grandma would say this would be wairua, waiololi, which is the water of a kane, which is a fast running water that comes forth with strength and power. It goes like a male. Waiolola is the wahine water, which is slow, nurturing, almost like a pond, but still moving. And something that's settled water where all the things can flourish inside. And if you look at the connection of the two, the wai ekahi, which is ekahi means one, elua means two, and when you have this wairua, this mixing of two waters, then you got life. And that's how man and woman are supposed to be, side by side, supporting each other and leading together, not dominating each other, not one greater than or one lesser than. It's an understanding that really the mana is shared. That yeah, there's a patriarchal and a matriarchal order. And when you put the order together, then that's spiritual order. That's the highest order then. So there's an understanding of that relationship that we have.
As the project approached the final stages, the carvers started to work until late hours of the night.
We're working from 7:30 in the morning till about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the evening. We can do a lot during the day, but the nighttime allows us to do catch up, and especially on the real fine detailed pieces. So I'm under here sanding the underside of the deck and all the iako. We've coated it once already with a type of marine varnish, and we'll sand it down, then we'll paint it once more and sand it down and paint it again. We want to put several coats on it to ensure that it's well sealed.
The commitment of the master carvers went beyond the vision of building a canoe only. They also sought opportunities to teach basic canoe building skills to community children.
This company here cutting all the pine trees, the North Oak pine in front of the temple road. So we asked them if we can use the wood, and we're gonna take some of the wood to the canoe site, and we're gonna do a lot of small canoes. Whatever size we can get, we'll make a lot of them as much as we can, and we're gonna use these canoes as part of the Hawaiian study program over at the Hukilau, so the kids, the youth, and the young people can come over there and row it, and maybe have a canoe race and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna get the wood over to the job site, and we will rough them out. When they come over there, we'll have them work on it. The people who come to volunteer their time, and maybe they will each make their own canoe, and then they will use it at the Hukilau.
My scoutmaster said we can come down here and help to get our scouting merit badge, and so he said if we do enough, if we help enough on the canoe, then we can take it out. Just right now, I was just doing I was trying to make we have to make it lighter, so it it'll be even out while it's in the water.